Hi, AJ Hartley here, novelist, Shakespeare professor, fan of Japanese dance vocal band Atarashii Gakko, and we have a new song, Change, doing a little variation on David Bowie there. And I thought I'd do a quick sort of hot take response. And what I'm going to do is use the video with their own closed captioned English titles, so I don't spend a lot of time translating lyrics and I can just respond to what I'm seeing and hearing. So let's go. Let's pause it there for a split second. I love some of the visuals that we get in here and the energy of it. I love that sort of faintly mariachi style trumpet, which evokes a kind of Western cowboy kind of landscape, at least to US audiences, which I think we're going to see in some of the choreography as well and in some of the images. I love also the whole thing is clearly done in a kind of dance studio, and we've got the track, which is being used for, I guess, a dolly, a camera, to move on it, but it has that sense of the railroad track, which is very evocative of everyday Japanese commuting lifestyle. And we've got this great energy to the song right from the start. And the title, I think, says it all. We're looking at a song about personal and social change.
ほんまに見えてんのか生きてんのかほんまにごつ夢持ってんのか気合入れてどうなしたってやったらんとあかん千里の道も信じた道を極めんとあかん延々回ってるのに今日のニュースもスキャンダル延々泣いてるのにカメラ前自分も任すマンデーからサンデーあれ今日何日だっけだらだら今年も終わる抜けてたい無限ループ歯食いしばって時は来た
Yeah, man, I love, man, so much going on already. The image of the guy on the train, right? So we're evoking the sort of standard commuter stuff with the news broadcast, the sort of repetitious, scandal-driven, everything wrong with the society and the fact that nothing seems to be changing. Man, this feels like the soundtrack of Japanese politics at the moment, with some of the scandals that the LDP have gone through, but also this larger sense, particularly from young people, of the country in a kind of stagnation and the need to escape, both as a community and as individuals. So we're targeting individuals and saying, you know, what have you got going on? You have to try to sort of break out. And we get that image of them, you know, against the sort of the landscape of a very un-Japanese isolation, desert mountain kind of range. You know, I think in the last year or so, we've seen Ren gets foregrounded more and more with her sort of hip-hop style vocals. And I love to see that's being reflected here as well. I love it when the band doesn't simply turn into the support act for Suzuka, and we're sharing the load here, and everybody gets to do their own little thing. And in that sort of that more melodic kind of pre-chorus bit, Mizu and Kanon taking that sort of lighter, more airy kind of feel. It's great stuff, and it's one of the things that I think they have proved that they do so well. I like to just say that the horse thing is evocative of Baby Metal's Road of Resistance. Sense of cavalry charge as opposed to the Gangnam Style sort of self-indulgence. This is, we're on a mission here. I love this. I great energy to this, right? That there's this sense of you got to seize the future and run right at it. That however intimidating and scary some of this stuff is, the only way forward is to sort of take control of everything, both, again, as individuals, but also as a community, and meet these challenges head on, riding off into the sunrise. It's awesome.
なんでなん元気なやんどうないしはったんなんでな我々待ってどうないしはったんツールは戦闘全身全霊やったらんとあかん思い飛べる早は限界もうちょっとの我慢みんながベース向けてる将来やりたいことなんてもうないそのこと言わないでちょうだい人生かけてみせるショータイム変わる環境マイフレンド嫌なこと頑張った体に染みる牛丼
Again, such a Japanese sentiment, that ganbarimashou, push on, keep going, give it your all, don't hold back. But not simply in terms of getting through, whatever the usual stuff is. But here, in this case, is challenging all those usual problems and trying to change things. But still with that same determination and spirit. It's great. I love that. The way, this is something that they have been doing for a while now. The way that they articulate the sort of larger social problems, the fact that the world is in a state of flux and that we need to embrace that and move forward, escape some of the sort of the traditional, the habit, the stuff that is holding us back, and embrace the sense of change. But then they sort of segue into talking about themselves going out on stage and carrying that energy, representing ordinary people and saying, we're going to somehow champion your causes, right? Your everyday stuff. We saw this in Tokyo Calling. We've seen it in some of the other songs as well. That sense that what Atarashii Gakko are about is taking on the burdens of ordinary life and trying to sort of lift us out of it through their own energy and positivity and, if necessary, sort of confrontation, right? So they become our avatars as they are celebrating the change which many of us are intimidated by. How cool is the blend of that trumpet and the taiko drum? We saw them using the taiko drums at the Coachella set. We've seen them use them before elsewhere. Actually, they've been using them in one form or another, real or imagined, on stage for years. But that very Japanese element married to something which is from outside, right? In the sense of, again, change and evolution is there in the sound itself. And I think it's indicative also of their own change and evolution away from, some of the sound of the first couple of albums, which tended to be mellower and more sort of jazzy, and which I loved. But I think that there's a new energy and purpose in the stuff that they have been making since the Snack Time EP. And if you haven't seen my interview with Money Mark about that, check it out. And I think this is really cool. And again, I think they're embracing that sense of change and they're asking us to do the same. And a lot of what they're pursuing here in terms of change is authenticity, right? The true self, shedding the things that are fake or simply habitual, but don't represent who you really are. That's what we're trying to get to. I love the way that ordinary people get brought into it. And they've done this before. This is something that they have been doing, off and on since Well, things like Free Your Mind, again, that sort of same period, like 2020 or thereabouts, where they're sort of deliberately bringing in ordinary people, a wide cross-section of ordinary people from Japan, and making them part of what it is that they're all about. We're celebrating them, and we're encouraging them, and we're giving them the power to accept that things have to change, and they will, and that's a good thing. Change is positive. David Bowie would approve. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks. If you haven't already done so, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my books. It's currently August. At the end of this month, we'll be getting the Dragon Award. This is Hideki Smith, which is up for the Dragon Award, a book which I gave to Atarashii Gakko about a year ago in Washington, D.C. If you get a chance, please vote before the end of August 2024. Check out my Patreon page. My patrons make this channel possible. And that's all. I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.